G'day, Steeler Nation Australia. G'day, Steeler Nation worldwide. My name's Mark Davison. Welcome to Steeler Nation Australia on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Spotify. Today we have a really fun show, and I'm always excited to be. I've been doing this now for 11 weeks. We have a show called the AFC North Rundown, where we go over all the AFC North teams: the Ravens, the Bengals, the Browns, and our Steelers. We find out where they're coming in the playoff race. We look into how they're coming in the standings. We'll jump back into last week's games, and we talk about last week's games for every single AFC North team. And then we also preview this week coming up and see who's going to win, who we think's going to win. Actually, not who's going to win. How can you even predict this year? So we hope that our Steelers can beat the Chargers coming up. It's really fun to do these AFC North rundowns because we jump into everything. We talk about, the Steelers versus the Bengals, Steelers versus Browns. A lot of time it's just me cursing at other teams. My fandom takes over my analysis, and I just think every time I see like the Browns logo or I see the Ravens logo, it irks me. It really fires me up. Every time I see the Bengals winning, that fires me up. So if you enjoy I guess putting down other teams to a certain extent, this is your podcast. This is your, this is the idea about it. But hey, let's jump into the show, okay? Let me bring it up here. We got the cool power side, and I got a few things today too. I got a few things that I'm going to get into that are brand new as well. Working as we go every week, I'm working on certain things to add to the program, to add to the rundown, to make it more fun. We got some things. We're going to look into the playoff standings in the whole AFC. Also, we're going to look into who's the best quarterback in the AFC North right now. And I'll give you a hot tip. There's not a clear winner. There's really not. They're all pretty much the same. As I ruined the secret right there. But hey, let's go into the AFC North rundown. It was a really fun week last week, and we're already in week 11. That to me is crazy. Week 11, we got 8 games to go before the NFL playoffs. Pittsburgh Steelers are 5-3. Let's see what happened during this week. And every time I see that purple logo, it pisses me off. The Ravens, they lost 10-22. How good's that? The Miami Dolphins came out on Thursday night, and they really showed the league how to pressure Lamar Jackson. And what they did really, in a nutshell, for the defense here, they ran, I think they blitzed like 27 to 28 to 29 times. So almost really, 3/4 of the game or 40% of the game they blitzed. Miami Dolphins, I love this game. I'm going to watch it again. The Miami Dolphins came out in a zero blitz coverage. Now, I don't know too much about the NFL, but I know a little bit from playing Madden and watching games here and there. Pretty much a zero blitz or like a coverage blitz is you put 8 men in the box, and they showed 8 men in the box. You had the linebackers in there. You had the corners. You had maybe a safety might have been there sometimes. Now, they would show 8. They would show 8 people in that box to blitz Lamar, and then sometimes all 8 would go. All 8 Dolphins would run after Lamar or tackle the running back. Other times, 5 or 6 would blitz, and then 3 would drop out or 2 would drop out. Back in the coverage. So it really confused Lamar Jackson, and it was so fun to watch. There's a few times that the Lamar Jackson was doing the option pass, and they had the running back, in the backfield. Even if Lamar Jackson did get out of the pocket and run around, like he does, they still had him contained to enough to where they would hold him up long enough, and other players would come back from the defense, from the cornerbacks, the safeties. They'd figure out it was a run play, or he was in trouble and come back. Such a good game to watch. And there was a time where Xavier Howard, he returned a touchdown of 49 yards. He gets his hand in the ball, fumble, boom, picks it up, runs for a score. Great. I can't wait. I'm actually going to watch it again. I'm going to at least watch the second half, because it was just fun to see the Dolphins get up and the Ravens lose for once. Next game, the Browns here, they lose. They lose 7-45. That makes you smile, eh? The New England Patriots have beaten the Browns at home now 6 times in a row. So, you think that, You think that the Pittsburgh Steelers are struggling 5-3-1 with a draw, with the 0-8 Lions. Yeah, don't think too fast, because the Cleveland Browns here are meant to be the Super Bowl Browns, meant to be the best of the AFC North, meant to be the division winners, meant to go all the way for the championship. And they go into the Patriot land, and they put on 7 points. They put on the first 7 points, 7-0, and they were outscored 45 from there. So we're not in trouble. Don't worry about the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're fine. There are things to work on for sure. There are so many things to work on. But look at the Browns. The Browns just got beat 45-7. While we think we have troubles, I still think we're in the playoff dance, which we are, and we'll get into that in a few minutes. But look at the other teams. The Dolphins beat the Ravens. Where's the fire hardball? And then the Pats beat the Browns here 45-7. I don't even know the Browns coach. I can't think of his name. But where's the fire Browns coach? You've had that many coaches over the years. You've had like 30 coaches since we've had 3 coaches. So, where's the fire? Where's the fire your coach? There's probably a reason why I can't remember who the coach is, because you have that bloody many. Let's be honest. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy to see those two teams fall. It helps the Steelers catch up. Even though we did get a tie, we still get that half. So, the AFC North doesn't really move too much, but that was great to see. 45-7. And look, hang on a minute. Also, the Pats are a good side too. The Pats are a good side. People were bagging out Mac Jones before. I think he went off, had like 3 touchdowns. The defense is playing, lights out. They couldn't really run too much on them. I did enjoy. I need to go watch that game also, because seeing someone put 45 points on the Browns reminds us how we take care of the Browns too. So that's great to see. Next game. Oh, that's right. There is no game for the Cincinnati Bengals. First of all, I wanted to, address you to the left-hand side of the screen. I'm pretty sure it is, where it says, "Sorry, we're closed." This is from, I'm going to have to give them credit, I think, from the Bengals Facebook website, where they got the Run the Jungle mug. They got a notepad there and a pen, and then a list saying, it should just say checklist, win a playoff game. As I'll revert to you in a second to the second half. They got the little, sorry, we're closed, we're in the bye, we can't do anything, we're in preparation. Not much going on here. But then on the right-hand side of the screen here, Cincinnati Bengals, I love bringing this up. I have to. It's so funny to me. Every day that goes on, and every day that I get older, I guess it's, that's I was born in 1989, right? So 2 years after that, January 6th, 1991, it's been 11,271 days till this day since the Bengals have won a playoff win. Now, the Steelers are coming close to that. I agree, because we haven't won a playoff win in, I think, 5 years or 7 years, right? So we're close to that, okay? I do admit that the playoffs, we haven't won in the playoffs either in a long time. But it's funny to me that it's been 30 years since the Bengals have won the playoff game. And as I got the little emojis down the bottom, there's like a computer, a mobile phone with like snake on it, and a camera as well. So that's kind of cool. Those things were relevant back then, and it's been that long. And as we get through the playoffs and we look into, the standings in a few minutes, this streak could easily extend if the Bengals are on a losing streak. They've lost 2 in a row. Okay. So yeah, the Bengals, your checklist should be win a playoff game. That's your priority right now. It's been 30 years, mate. You gotta step it up. But I hope this streak never ends. I really do. I hope it never, ever, ever ends. I just wanted to keep going and going and going. All right, next game. Here we go. We talked about this. We did. We talked about this in the post game. Steelers tie with the Lions, 16-16. What do you make of it? It's still a weird week. I don't really know. A lot of people right now, they're jumping off the Steeler train, the bandwagon. They're jumping off. They're like, oh, no, it's all over. It's over. What are we going to do? Can't make the playoffs. Can't do this. Oh, the Lions tied. Well, we should have had Mason. Oh, he threw an interception. Oh, he's terrible. And look, I got to respect those opinions, but sometimes, you've got to shut out the noise. Like I kind of wish, I'm very thankful for this opportunity to make content and put it out there, and I'm thankful that you guys listen. If one person to 100 people listen, it makes me feel good that you guys are taking on some of my takes and some of my maybe my comedic takes. Like I said, I don't know too much about the X's and O's, but what I do know is I hate the Browns, I hate the Bengals, I hate the Ravens, and I want to see the Steelers win. Now, in this game, we got a tie, and I don't think it's time to jump off the ship and say, "Oh, the whole season's done. We can't move the ball. We fumbled. We're doing this. We're doing that." It was a bad game. Bad games happen. It's the NFL. You talk to the Ravens. Are they going to give up? They lost to the Dolphins. You talk to the Browns. Are they going to give up? Maybe. The Browns. You play to win the game. It's just 16-16 wasn't a good tie. Ties aren't good in general, okay? Mason Rudolph had chances. He was moving the ball down. Yes, he was average in certain spots. But that pass to Deontay was a dime. And then Deontay had it near the 40 to almost near the 50, 40. He tried to get too many yards, but he's trying to be a playmaker. He's trying to make a play. And then the Lions came back and fumbled it, and they get the ball back. Near the end, some people are saying, should we had gone for the field goal, 57 yards out? 50% of me says, yes, do that. And the other half says, no, get more yards because it's raining, and two, it's Heinz Field, and Chris Boswell has a leg, but his record, I think, is 55 or 56. This would have been a 57 or 58. So, maybe, and Muth dropped the ball. Actually just dropped the ball. So maybe in some, retrospect, like you could have kicked it for the winner because you got on tie anyway. I don't know. All I'm saying is don't jump off the train just yet. It's 8 games to go, and we play more competitively against better teams. We just do. And the Chargers are a better team, so we have a chance this Sunday Night Football. It's not over yet, guys. It's not over. And as we get into the AFC North table, this is the reason why it's not over. Okay, the Ravens are 6-3, have lost one game in the division. Next, the Pittsburgh Steelers are second, 5-3-1. We're 1-1 in the division. Third, Cincinnati Bengals 5-4. They're 2-1 in the division with two losses in a row. And the Browns are 5-5 at the very bottom, coming fourth with 1-1 in the division. It's not over. It's not over. That's my best take, I can tell you. Just hang in there. Now, if we lose 3 in a row and go 5-6-1, maybe it could be over. But we've got the Chargers, the Bengals, and the Ravens. And I tell you now, the Steelers will be ready for those games. Depending who's in there, Minka's out this week. I think Big Ben's coming back. TJ Watt is a bit hurt. Claypool might come back. Yeah, whoever's in there, they will play. They will play for sure. I'm telling you. So hold on to your Steeler hats because this thing's getting, it's getting close, and we're getting to into the playoffs. And as I wanted to bring up this week, I've introduced my new slide, which is look how pretty that looks, black and gold. And I wanted to introduce you guys to pretty much the playoff race, and we'll cover this until the end. So we've got the AFC South first, AFC East second, AFC West third, AFC North fourth. And as we go through this, we'll bring up some of you guys might already know who's winning these divisions, but we'll go from first to fourth and see what's going on and see actually almost compare to see where the Steelers are too, to see how close we are to these teams. Okay, so in first we have the Tennessee Titans. They're playing really good. They're 8-2. They've lost Derrick Henry, but they're winning games. They just beat the Saints by a few points. Next, we have the Buffalo Bills. 6-4. However, on their tail is the New England Patriots, also 6-4. So they're tied. Next, we have the Chiefs. The Chiefs were going through a hard time, a bit like the Steelers. We weren't playing as well. We lost like 3 in a row, I think. They're starting to come back. The Chiefs dominated the Raiders on Monday Night Football this week, and they're 6-4. And then in fourth spot, we have the Baltimore Ravens, 6-3, and we're half a game behind them. So it's so close. The AFC playoff race is so close. They're your division leaders, and we want to see on the right-hand side, we want to see the Pittsburgh Steelers logo there, and it can happen this week. If all the AFC North teams lose and we win, we'll be coming first. Okay. Now, the AFC playoff race in the wild card. Can you have a guess right now that we are look? It already gives it away. It gives it away who is the 5th seed. The 5-3-1 Steelers are the 5th seed. And this is why I'm saying don't panic yet. Do not panic yet. We're still in the dance. Like, what more do you want? Yes, we should have beat an 0-8 Lions team. But they're part of football. They're part of the NFL. They're going to turn up. They did. We drew. Let's get over it and move on, okay? Let's move on. The Steelers are 5-3-1, and we're the fifth seed right now. 6th seed is the New England Patriots, 6-4, and they're coming. They're coming. They're starting to fire up right now. They're going for the AFC East. They want to win that championship. So it's going to be them or the Buffalo Bills. So that will make things interesting. And your 7th seed is the Chargers, Los Angeles Chargers, 5-4. And who do we play this Sunday night? Steelers versus Chargers. So as much as people say we're not a winning team at the moment, we're playing really bad football, we don't belong in a playoff race. We are. We're there. 5-3-1 versus the Chargers 5-4. All right, that's covered. Next, we have a little graphic here, and I do apologize for the numbers. Even me reading it right now, there's a lot of numbers. But I want to go over a few key things about the AFC North and the quarterbacks. You have Baker, Burrow, Jackson, and Big Ben. You count the main quarterbacks, right? Now, I do want to say, so we're going to go through the stats here. Baker we'll go through the passing first. So passing, Baker has 65%. Burrow leads 66%. Jackson, 64%. And Big Ben, 65%. Now, if you were to ask me who's the best quarterback in the AFC North, I don't know. Do you say Burrow with 66%? Maybe. He is leading the AFC North quarterbacks with 2,497 yards with 20 TDs. However, he's thrown 11 interceptions. So who do you say is the best in the AFC North? I don't think it is Burrow. Okay. Baker is also similar stats, almost 2,000 yards, 9 TDs, and 4 interceptions. That's not bad. That's a game managing quarterback, I guess, and not throwing away too many picks. Not that exciting. Jackson has 2,447 yards, 14 TDs, and 8 interceptions. Very similar to Burrow. A lot of TDs, but a lot of interceptions. Our mate Big Ben has almost 2,000 yards, 18 TDs, and 4 interceptions. That, to me, would say he could be the best in the AFC North right now. Same percentage, similar yardage, similar TDs, and the least interceptions. The only thing I would say that the AFC North has, better, maybe better stats. Well, Jackson has about 600 yards. 600 yards, so running wise. But we do have another screen to get to too, so try and memorize those stats. So Big Ben has 18-4, and Burrow has 20-11. Next page. Okay, now we're going to go into the fumbles. So Baker has 4 fumbles, Burrow has 1, Jackson has 1, and Big Ben has 4. Now that also is going to even the playing field as well. So two quarterbacks out of the AFC North have 4 fumbles. You can't do that. And Jackson has 1, Burrow has 1. Same time, though, when I was looking at the stats for Jackson, he has 4 rushing fumbles. So he has 5 in total. Okay? So they're all pretty even again. Now, the sack count. Your leader is Jackson at 28. He's been sacked 28 times, Burrow 25, and Baker 26. Big Ben is 18. So he might be the best there. However, you go to the next column. The longest pass. Baker, Burrow, 71-82. That's not bad. That's pretty good. That's almost, the whole field. Jackson, 49-59. Okay, pretty average. Big Ben's not throwing as much down the field. And Jackson, well, a lot of people say he can't throw the deep ball. However, if you look to the QBR percentage, Jackson has the best one at 54%. However, the other 3 quarterbacks are all 42, 49, 41. So you tell me. You tell me who you think is the best quarterback in the AFC North. Because with all these stats, I can't tell you. I honestly don't know. It looks like Big Ben is 18-4, a great ratio. But he's not throwing the long ball. And then you also think, well, Jackson, he's got more yards and TDs, but he's fumbling, he's interceptions, and Burrow's got a lot of TDs as well, 20 to 11. I don't know. I really think they're all quite different, really. Big Ben's a veteran, Jackson is a mobile quarterback, Burrow's in the pocket, and Baker's a gunslinger. So, pick your poison who you want. I just thought these stats were very interesting to look at. Let's move on. NFL Week 11, we have the Browns at home versus the Lions. What a man! You think at some point the Lions got to win, right? We hope it's this week. The Lions, they drew with us 16-16. Can the Browns get a bounce back? What will really happen? Will Baker do anything in this game? He does play better at home. Will Nick Chubb be there? This 1 week, I can't really look into it too far. And I also wanted to address you guys to the top right side of the screen there. The Browns' history is 5-19. So they've only beaten the Lions 5 times. Must have been back in the day when they were playing like in the 1950s or 1940s or whatever, when they were really, the Lions must have had a better win margin back then. But right now, the Lions can't beat anyone, and all they can do is tie with us. But I do want to go with my heart this week. I do want to go with the prediction. I do hope the Lions. I just hope the Lions can beat them. It will send a funny message to, we say that we tied with the Lions, and if the Lions can go out and finally get a win for Jared Goff and crew down there, you guys need something. I know you're going for the first pick, but God, you're an awful franchise. And we lost. We tied with you guys, but you're an awful franchise. Actually, you both are. The Detroit Lions and the Cleveland Browns. This is looking like, the Browns are 5-5, but you're not playing very good football at the moment, mate. You're really not. So this is. I hope it's competitive for the Lions to go out and win. I do think the Lions can win 24-20 or something similar. It just would be so great to see. Hopefully we won't see another tie, but we tie to the Lions and then the Browns lose, then we've got the automatic victory. Then we're better than you, Browns. Or we are anyway, but it doesn't matter. All right, next game. The Bengals versus the Raiders. Oh, this is a good one too, actually. So the Bengals coming off a bye, two losses, and the Raiders at home. They got walloped by the Chiefs. I was watching that game, and it looked like Derek Carr didn't want to be there. It looked like a lot of the Raiders didn't want to be there. I know they're going for a lot of stuff with John Gruden and all that crap, doing that stuff, but that shouldn't affect the players. The Bengals here are coming out of a bye. You don't want to go, what they start 5-2. If they go 5-5, even better for us. So much better for us. We can laugh ourselves all the way to the bank. I think the Raiders will be more competitive in this game. I do think they'll be more competitive, but the Bengals, if you want to be the playoff team you're talking about, you have to win this one. You have to go out, and I think they win 32-26. I think it's a they're throwing the ball downfield like they did versus Raiders versus Chiefs. One team's going to come out victorious, and I think the Bengals, you're in a spot where if you lose this game, you're getting really far behind in the playoff race. You really are. You're not even a seventh seed just now. So if you lose 3, like we all hope the Bengals can lose. I really do hope the Bengals can lose. But something tells me Joe Burrow is going to go out there and light it up. I think he'll get 3 touchdowns. I think they'll use Mixon. I think they'll use Jamar Chase more. I think they'll use some of their tight ends too. I think things will start to get better for the Bengals. We just got to pray that they lay a duck egg though and they lose 3 in a row, because a lot of the Bengal fans were saying, we're the best, we're going playoffs, but the history repeats and it says you haven't won a playoff game in 30 years. So I do think though you get the win here today, this week. So next game, the Ravens versus the Bears. Ooh boy, Lamar Jackson versus Justin Fields. Now another interesting one, and also if you look up to the top right of the screen, the history is 2-4. These teams don't play each other that much. This might be a harder game as well for the Baltimore Ravens going into home. Chicago Bears have nothing to lose. They got to play their best football, and if they can copycat what the Dolphins did, they have a really good chance to beat the Ravens. And I think, you know what? The more and more I do these podcasts, and if you guys do enjoy them, I do apologize. I'm going with my heart. I have to. I have to. I can't. It's so hard. I can't. This is why I get in trouble when I do. I do the NFL pick'ems where you pick every single game, in a tipping comp. Actually, I won last week. I got 10 out of 14. But some of the reasons why I lose every week is I go with my heart and I pick against the AFC North. And the AFC North has won 5 games each. There's 20 games in there. I think the Bears can do it. I hope the Bears defense can show up, and I want to see Fields go off like he was a little bit against us. Like in the second half when he was versing us, he started to get warm. He started to light up. I think Fields is a better passer than Lamar Jackson. I think Fields only runs when he has to. I would like to see the Bears defense do exactly the same thing the Dolphins did to the Ravens. And yeah, this for me is all heart. I think the Bears win at home 27-16. Next game. Here we go. Steelers, Chargers, 24-10 history. So we've beaten the Chargers, the San Diego Chargers back in the day, 24 times to 10. Now, in recent history, it is hard for our Steelers to go out west. We don't like playing the Oakland Raiders back in the day. We don't like playing the San Fran 49ers. We don't like playing, who else is over there? The Chargers. We don't like playing Seattle Seahawks going west. We haven't got a good record. Off the top of my head, I don't know what it is, but I know we haven't got a good record going out west. However, I do think getting Big Ben back, if we get Big Ben back, hopefully Dotson is healthy. Who else is out? Hopefully Watt is healthy. Minka's out on COVID. Devin Bush has got to show more things than what he's doing. Our running game, Najee's doing everything, but we need a block better for him. Sunday Night Football, come on, Steelers. We need you. We need you to, stop putting us through the heart attack games. I won't stop being a fan, but stop putting us through the heart attack games. 5-3-1 versus 5-4. I can't remember the guy's name. Justin Herbert out there, Charger land. The Chargers can blow games. There's times in history over the last few years where they've been up a few touchdowns and they throw the game away. I don't want to see any penalties like years back. Was it Joe Hayden had the interception or he had the flag and then, oh mate, it wasn't a flag versus the Chargers. Yeah, hopefully the refs stay out of this game. We have a clean game. Love to see Watt back. Love to see Cameron Hayward in there too. Highsmith hopefully. Sunday Night Football, we'll be streaming again, having a few tins, having a few drinks, and we're going to watch this game and see what happens. But as long as the Steelers show up, I've got them 28-27, but in reality, if I go with my head, they could easily lose 30-13 or 30-6 or something like that. If we play the same way we did with the Lions, the offense, even with Big Ben, there's still trouble. There's a lot of trouble if we play similar football. Ray mate on the kick returns, he's got to do better. We turned the ball over 3 times to the Lions. You can't do that. You can't turn the ball over here against the Chargers. They'll go up. They'll put points on the board. Eckler, he'll run it down our throat. We just can't turn anything over. And it's a lot of fans are saying, "Oh, we're not going to win this game." But strangely enough, let me get it back out of here. Yeah, strangely enough, the Pittsburgh Steelers play better when they're down, or the world's against them. However, a lot of Steelers fans, we are Steelers worldwide. A lot of us are, I would say 80% or around that number, love our Steelers to death, and we want to cheer and support them. It's only some of the people online or like the Facebooks, the guys that call me idiots and say random things that, we're the worst team and we, fire Tomlin. And I'm just, mate, just stick with us. I question some of you guys who not the true fans, but some of the ones who like, what's the point in even watching the game if you don't want to cheer your team on? Like maybe I'm biased. I could be full on like I'm just a Steeler head and I would cheer anyone who wears the Steeler jersey as long as you're respectful. and you put that, that jersey on. I don't care if the new quarterback comes in. I don't even know his name. The guy of the practice squad that came in the other day. If he had to suit up, I would cheer for him. As long as they're a good person. Like, I think we're in a position now where, getting down to the wire. Yes, we want to see our team do better, and yes, we want to see the run game do better, and yes, we want to see points. But maybe we are going through a transitional page where this could be Big Ben's last year or second last year. I actually think, though, if Big Ben goes well this year, I think he plays next year. I think he has one more year. This could be a phase where we test out certain things, get our offensive back, and he plays again next year, and that might be his last year, depending if we go to the playoffs or not. So that'd be very interesting. Yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. That was a long one today. Far out. I did blabber on quite a bit. I will be doing throughout the week a preview. I'll do another live Q&A. We might do it Saturday or Sunday, depending. We might do it Sunday, a day before the game. We'll do a live questionnaire. So if you guys have any questions about the Steelers, we'll put it in a live chat and we'll see what happens. And then we'll go live as well, the Steelers versus Chargers. I think it's going to be a good week. I think we'll be surprised. I'll put it that way. I think as Steelers fans, we're going to be surprised. At some point, something has to change. You know what I mean? We are getting better. We're getting better in certain aspects. Last game, you can't fumble the ball 3 times away and expect to win. Can't do that. 2 fumbles, and we had. There was one. There was the football went over the head as well. That's right. The football went over the guy's head. That's a fumble. 3 times and it's interception. You can't expect that and expect to win. So you got to learn from it. And I do understand right now there's 2 camps. There is fire Mike Tomlin and there is Mike Tomlin is good or great. Me, I'm on the other side. I like Tomlin. I think he's doing good things. I think we have a chance to win. But with a grain of salt, if you ask me if we were 1-7 and we still had a chance to go to the playoffs, I'd still cheer him on. I'd still say, win 7 games in a row, go 8-8, and we might get in. That's the way I think. That's the way I cheer and support my team. So maybe I'm not a realist. I live in fantasy land. But look where we are. It's fantasy land anyway. Yeah, Facebook, YouTube. It's all fantasy. It's all fun. It's all a cheer. So that's the way I see my Steelers. If we and actually a little bit of fact as well, we are coming 5th. So I guess that's on my side too. We're 5th in the standings. So we're a playoff team right now. So, yeah, I've rambled on way too much. All right, guys. Thanks, everyone, for coming into the show today, the AFC North Rundown. Next time, I might try and break this into 2 parts because that was a little bit long, wasn't it? We might try and have a break in the middle. I might put a little fancy video in the middle. We'll see what happens. I might see if I can work with It's Ginsberg again. Yeah, see what I can do. See, I get thoughts near the end. I'm like, what can I do? How do I make this better? How do the Steelers team make it better? Yeah, next week I might have a little surprise. Maybe I'll talk to It's Ginsberg and we can do a cut-up of something in the middle as I get a drink of water. Who knows what's going to happen? All I know is that we are 5-3-1 and we have a chance to go 6-3-1 and we're going to cheer our Steelers on. So thanks, everyone, for coming into the show. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.